What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be talking about the new NBA 75 cards and which of them are worth getting. So the new cards are Gary Payton, Robert Parish, Hakeem Olajuwon, then they'll lock in Cedric Maxwell and Chris Mullin. We're also, before that, I'm going to quickly go over just the god that is Clyde Drexler. He's like the 3,700 card. People are going to get this card today in collector level. And lads, this guy might be this. He's better than Cade. He's the second best point guard in the game. 6'7". Look at these stats. Look at these stats and patches. They're perfect. They're literally perfect. Like, his stats and badges are perfect. Except for Chef. You just need Chef and Brick Wall on. You can play with him. You can play with base. You can play with base Clyde, and he's still one of the best point guys in the game. He's also got base 5 on quick, which is he's the only player in the game as far as I'm aware that has that. Base 5 is so chick. That is like Clyde Drexler released normal, Bob McAdoo, Derrick Jones Jr. And then they also give him quick dribble stop, as well as a really good player build, really good dunking. And he has his own dunk animations. Clyde the Clyde Drexler is absolutely ridiculous, lads. Clyde Drexler is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys, I mean, I still don't advise anyone to do collector level because of how much money it costs, but I'm just going to say this right now. Look, as far as collector awards go, for their time, every one of these, other than like Zoe and Pierce, every one of these was at least good for their time, other than those guys and maybe Cooper and Darryl Dawkins. But like, 2K have really done a good job with collector level this year. Yeah, Clyde is a joke. He is a joke. He might be the best card that came out today. Honestly, all three of these guys, three of these Arc Matters I got there. So as far as I'm aware, I have not missed out on any. No, so we got Gary Payton. Then we got Hakeem's. And then we have got Robert Parish. And then we are going to look at the final two guys in Mullin and Cedric. So the first player is Gary Payton. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, only an 83 ball. He's got 7 half defense badges. I just really want to just compare Payton to his Pink Diamond. I think he's got probably the exact same. I can't compare him because I currently don't have a keyboard plugged in. I've just remembered that. I do not have a keyboard plugged in. The 83 3-ball. Defensively, they're almost identical. Badges wise, 25, 15, 7. 25 the same. They're the same card. They're the exact, like, there's a little bit different speed wise. They're going to feel the exact same in game. And because of how, sure, are the comments talking about the card art? Reskin. Like, I just love the card art. I just love the card art, and he's going to be like 3-4k MT, so yeah, the card art is magnificent. Hakeem Olajuwon, so one of these gets 90 and one of these gets 20 hops. The difference in the hops is, see what the different hops is, or different, is it rebound chaser? Yeah, half rebound chaser, okay. So he gets 87 3-ball, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 85 driving dunk, 88 lateral. He's just not as good as D-Rob, is he? Not bad though. Not bad at all. He can get a lot of badges. Half in the center, half clamps, brick wall. Defensively, he's probably going to be better than D-Rob. Can play at the power forward position. Set shot 18 on quick is not a bad release, especially because he's got a 43 is a really nice upper. With that set shot, fundamental dribble style is okay. I mean, is he better than David Robinson? I don't think so. Like, if we look at, again, I can't do a direct comparison because, unfortunately, again, I do not have a keyboard plugged into my system at the minute. If we compare him just to, let's just raw and power within, just normal D-Rob. D-Rob's got, like, not quite the same defensive stats, but they're quite similar. David Robinson's a bit fast. David Robinson's taller, a better dunker. David Robinson's got more defensive badges than Hakeem, quite a few more defensive badges. He's got better shooting badges, not more shooting badges, but he's got better shooting badges. And release-wise, D-Rob's release is better. So I still think he's worse than David Robinson. I wouldn't pay over 100k for him, but like, he's not bad. If you want to run the two of those, your two centers, and if you think they're the two best in the game, that's perfectly fine. That's a reasonable statement to make. Here, Robert Parish, 7', 7'4" wingspan. Only a 73 ball, but he does have a chick release. He lives in the corners anyway. He's got a really good player build. Robert Parish always does. No shooting badges. You're probably going to want to give him corner specialist. A quick first step downhill. Fundamental dribble style. Terrible ball handle. So that kind of defeats the purpose of that. Interceptor, hustler, rebound chaser. He's just not very good, is he? He's not even better than Greg Oden. I mean, he is probably a little bit better, but he's not even significantly better than Greg Oden. I'm going to say that. Like, I will say that for a fact. He is not significantly better than Greg Oden. He is incredibly comparable to Greg Oden. Like, there is... Like, I'm cool if you obviously think that Greg Oden is the much better player. That is fine. But, like, there's not a absolutely massive difference. He's also a lot worse than Dwight Howard. So, like, really, it's just... He's just fine. He's just objectively a fine player in-game. There's no other word I'm going to use to describe him other than fine. He's usable. He's not brilliant. He is just about usable. Yeah, I'll say that. He is just about usable. Now we're on to the last two, though. Chris Mullin, 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. Normal leaner, quick dribble style, Scotty behind the back, base 22. 94 speed, 94 acceleration, 98 3 ball. He's at 90 driving dunk, 95 ladder. Holy crap. Holy crap, they use Chris Mullin. So everyone who vote by Chris Mullin, you've got a god on your hands. Like, he's perfect. Like, what? He's got 22 on quick, doesn't he? 22 on very quick. And this card's going to be usable. Like, you will be able to use this guy in June, and he's going to be fine. Is he going to be the best card in June? Obviously not. Like, 24 hoffs, like, that's going to be outdated. Like, there will be an era where we get 40, 50 hoffs on players. And yeah, I don't think he'll be the greatest card in the world, but I mean, this is the start of where we're getting cards and we're like, okay, yeah, you could use these guys in endgame if you wanted to. Very quick, like, we didn't get very quick releases last year until the end of March, and we're already getting them on this guy. Perfect fade, perfect dribble sigs. Now, like, there are going to be better cards. There are obviously going to be a lot better cards than this, but he's perfectly usable. He will be perfectly usable in endgame, and he's perfectly fantastic right now. So yeah, if you've done the 75th for the 90s, I think, is the 90s or the 80s? One of them's cheap. One of them is pretty cheap. I think it's the 90s. Other than Hakeem and D-Rob, or is the 80s that... No, it's the 80s that's really cheap. The 80s that's been really cheap. And lads, you might be getting the best card in the game if you complete the 80s. 6'8", 7-foot wingspan on Cedric Maxwell. Cedric Maxwell is completely tendo glitched. 0 take charge, which means he doesn't hold his nuts. Actually, what's Mullin's tendos? 20 take charge, tendo glitched as well. And again, 0 take charge means he doesn't hold his nuts when people are driving in. He actually plays defense. 88 3 ball. You're thinking, oh, that's not the greatest release. But 95 speed, 95 acceleration, perfect defensive stats, almost perfect defensive badges except for brick wall. He only has gold interceptor, but again, his length will make up for that. Half quick for step, half handles for days, half downhill, half unpluggable, half tight handles. He doesn't have chef or circuit 3s. You're going to have to give him both of them. 86 ball handle. Unbelievable driving up. But look at this, lads. Quick dribble style. He's got base 3 on very quick. Like, we think Luka on very quick is fast. Base 3 on very quick is going to be even faster. Like, next gen is going to be... And if I'm Ty, I'd say Ty right now is like, oh dear God, no. Because definitive is absolutely hell. He is hell with guys like... As a ball handler, he's a primary. Well, he used to be a pro on point guard, and then there's another dude right here that could very easily be a kryptonite for someone like a Ty. But like, this is the best two guard in the game. This is like imagine if Kazi Russell was 6'8" and he had his release instead of quick on very quick, and also was just way better on defense. He's just like a 100 times better Kazi Russell. This card is absolutely incredible, lads. So honestly, if you guys want to forget about Clyde, forget about Dwight Howard, if you guys want to lock in for either of these guys, I won't begrudge you. They're both exceptional in game. Both Cedric and Chris Mullin are exceptional in game. If you want to lock in for either of those guys, trust me, if you want to lock in for either of those guys, I don't think anyone can begrudge you. They're that good. Normally, I don't suggest locking in for anyone. If they're only 450,000 MT to lock in, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going to happen to the lock-in price, but if it does stay at around 450k, I mean, they're probably two of the better value lock-ins you've ever had. Sure, we're going to be getting better cards over the next few weeks, but my god, these cards are both going to be usable in endgame. I'm not even joking. These are base 3 on very quick, and base 22 on very quick, and perfect, and quick dribble stop. Both these guys will be usable in July. So, I'm not going to say they're going to be the best cards of the game in July, because they're not, but look, if you're ever going to lock in for a set, these are fine, and Clyde Drexler is god as well. So yeah, today is an unbelievable day for content. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.